In the world of hip-hop, there are producers and then there are architects. Between 1994 and 1997, one man didn't just make beats, he built an empire. That man was RZA, the mastermind behind the Wu-Tang Clan. During this short explosive window of time, RZA produced and arranged 6 solo albums, each from a different Wu-Tang member, all while planning and executing the group's multi-phase domination of the rap game. But how did he do it? How did one man maintain that kind of focus, creativity, and execution? This is a story of discipline, sacrifice, and obsession. This is how RZA became the monk behind boards. After the release of Enter the Wu-Tang 36 Chambers in 1983, RZA proposed a radical idea to his brothers. He told them, this wasn't just ego, it was strategy. RZA didn't just want to release solo albums. He wanted to sequence a musical universe where each member's projects felt like an extension of a larger narrative. In his mind, Wu-Tang wasn't just a group, it was a movement. To execute this plan, he demanded full creative control, and incredibly, the clan agreed. For the next 4 years, RZA would enter what he called his mental chamber, isolating himself almost completely to work on his music. RZA's daily routine between 1994 and 1997 was closer to a Shaolin monk than a hip-hop producer. He woke up around 6 a.m., beginning each day with meditation and spiritual study. Whether it was the Quran, Taoist texts, or supreme mathematics, RZA treated his morning like a mental gym. He believed that keeping his mind sharp was just as important as sharpening his drum samples. By 9 a.m., he was in the studio, his basement in Staten Island, known only as the chamber. There were no distractions, no parties, no women, no entourage, just machines, crates of records, and raw vision. He locked in for 12 to 16 hours a day, building drums, flipping obscure soul samples, and directing clan members like a film director. Ghostface Killah once said, RZA ate little, pizza, Chinese takeout, and maybe fruit and water, and that was it. No drugs, no alcohol, just purpose. Now, let's break down each solo album that he recorded from the years 1993 to 1997. Starting off with Meth Man Saka, which was released in 1994, the first solo album, or the first Wu album from the Wu-Tang Clan. It was a dark, grimy, drenched in reverb. RZA built a sonic dungeon here, using murky drum loops and minimal synths. Tracks like Bring the Pain and Release Yourself felt like a fog on a back alley block. Meth's charisma matched RZA's eerie production perfectly. Now, moving on to Older the Bastards album, Return to the 36 Chambers, the third version, which released in March of 1995. Pure chaos, controlled madness. RZA leaned into ODB's unpredictability, creating beats that felt both ancient and futuristic. Shim Shim Ya became an anthem despite its lo-fi distortion, and that was intentional. It sounded unpolished because it was pure. Now, in August of 1995, Raekwon the Chef released his debut album Only For Cuba Linx, aka The Purple Tape. Now here, RZA built the mafioso rap bible, sampled strings, cinematic soul flips, and crime-filled ambiance. This album sounded like a score to a Scarface sequel. Songs like Incarcerated Scarfaces and Ice Cream were masterpieces of mood and sequencing. Now, in November 1995, RZA released his second solo album, Liquid Swords, under Wu-Tang Productions, a philosopher's album. RZA brought cold, dystopian soundscapes to match RZA's cerebral bars. Shadowboxing, Fourth Chamber, and Dula Iron Mike remain some of the most quotable tracks in hip-hop history, and RZA's beats are surgical here. Now, in October of 1996, Ghostface Killah released his solo album, Ironman, which was a shift to a more soulful production. RZA lays Ghost, Raekwon, and Capadonna with warmer, gospel sampling beats. Tracks like All That God Is You, Daytona 500 show RZA's emotional range and creative flexibility. Now, in June of 1997, the Wu-Tang Clan came back together and released their second album, which was Wuang Forever, the culmination of the 5-year plan, a double album, bigger, denser, and more philosophical. RZA's brought in more live instrumentation, more experimentation, and layered mixing. He was no longer just sampling, he was composing. Songs like Triumph and Reunited felt operatic. By 1997, RZA had completed the vision, a saga told through 6 albums, each with its own mood, purpose, and lyrical focus, but all unmistakably Wu-Tang. But greatness never comes without sacrifice. During this era, RZA cut himself off from nearly everything outside of his work. He said he treated the studio like a temple, and the Wu-Tang members followed his lead, but the isolation took its toll. After Wu-Tang Forever, tensions began to grow. Some members wanted more independence, others wanted outside producers. The original plan had ended, and so had RZA's full control. Still, what he's accomplished in those 4 years remains unmatched. From 1994 to 1997, RZA created a creative empire, now with a major label's infrastructure, now with a writing team, but with a raw discipline and visionary focus. He wasn't chasing hits, he was chasing eternity. He created beats like scriptures, albums like scrolls, and artists like disciples from a larger truth. RZA once said, and he did. To this day, Tical, Cuban, Linx, Look at Swords, and Ironman are not just rap albums, they're pillars of a mythos. RZA proved that a producer doesn't just make music. A real producer creates a world. So the next time you talk about a legendary run in hip-hop, remember, while other producers were chasing singles, RZA was built in scripture.